Hey loves, I hope everyone is doing the best that they can be considering the circumstances right now. I think that majority of the United States as well as the world is on lockdown, quarantine due to the coronavirus. And I wanted to take a second to not just a second, but a few minutes to kind of share a very special message with everyone. I know there's a lot of fear and uncertainty right now around the circumstances, and I'm here to remind you that it's extremely important that you try to not succumb to all of the fear and uncertainty. From a physiological perspective, our thoughts contribute to what happens within our body. And so if we are really having a lot of anxiety and worrying about what is going to happen economically and from a safety perspective, it's going to contribute to decreasing the immune system, weakening the immune system, impacting our blood sugar regulation, contributing to our mood. We're going to be really, not behaving in a way that feels in alignment with what our children and family and friends need right now. So I know it's challenging, but I wanted to just share with you some tips on how to raise the vibration so that you can energetically put yourself in a better spot so that you won't be as susceptible to the fear, anxiety, and overwhelm. So number one, when we have a negative thought, it elicits a specific hormonal response in the body that contributes to our fight or flight mechanism. And ultimately what happens is this contributes to altering the pH of our blood system. And if we change the acidity of our blood due to our thoughts, it's going to, as I mentioned a minute ago, weaken the immune system. It's going to have an impact on our blood sugar regulation. It's going to impact our sex hormones. And this can become very problematic, especially if we're in that constant feedback loop. So things that you can do to reduce this from happening, because our body can't differentiate between physical, mental, and emotional stress. All it knows is that it's in a stress state and there's a very specific hormonal pattern that occurs. So right now, while we're all in this very unique situation, we have to do things like really focus on the foods that we're putting in our body, making sure that we're trying to eat as nutritiously as possible, trying to avoid the refined processed foods that don't really provide any kind of nutrient value. If you have access to whole foods, things like fruits and vegetables and meats, these are going to be ideal. And honestly, right now, they're actually really discounted because the grocery stores aren't really selling out of these things. People are rushing to get all of the non-perishables, so you can actually get some really good deals on fresh produce. So trying to load up on the produce so that we're meeting our vitamin, mineral, and antioxidant needs is going to be extremely beneficial, making sure that we're staying adequately hydrated, trying to avoid or minimize the amount of alcohol and caffeine that we're taking in, trying to avoid any kind of smoking cigarettes, those kind of things. All of that is going to contribute to lowering our vibration, which will make us more susceptible to anxiety and depression, having instability in our moods, overall weakening our immune system. So it's vital right now that you really lean into the holistic practices that we all know we should be doing, but just haven't taken the time because maybe we didn't have the time. Well, right now, consider it a blessing. You have all the time in the world to be in your kitchen and starting to make some nutritious meals for yourself or for your family. Back here, you can see I just whipped up a bowl of chili. And I loaded it with a bunch of frozen vegetables that I had and some stuff that was on the verge of going bad. Absolutely super easy and absolutely delicious and nutrient dense packed. And then over here in my crock pot, I've got some chicken fajitas going. So anyway, I'm going to attach some sheets or some PDFs that you guys can utilize for some really simple meal ideas with things that you probably already have at home to get you through these next couple of weeks of quarantine. But most importantly, remember that we've got this. This is for our greatest good. And if you can let go of the fear and anxiety, in the end, it's all going to be for the best. So try to make this the best you can. And if you need assistance or help, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here to support you in any capacity that I can. Sending much love to all and all of the good vibes and violet light to protect us as a collective.